With injury updates and more, this is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Touching on the possibility of a feud with Cody Rhodes in WWE, Drew McIntyre told Under the Ring, "We were the tag team champions. We were both about 24, the dashing ones." A lot of people forgot that, but yeah, similar journeys. We got the dashing ones thing, and there's lots of other story elements and things that weren't even on TV that can be touched upon. That's a money story down the line and when the time is right. I don't even want to think about touching that until the time is right, but it'll be a big deal when it happens. Recalling his experiences with LA Knight on NXT, Shawn Michaels revealed on Busted Open Radio, "I can remember when he started, we could see that they like you. We're going to start moving you in that direction." And of course, he was very worried because I haven't had a good heel run yet. I was trying to explain to him, "Buddy, they like you. I don't think that's a good idea for us to go ahead and fight that. Let's just go ahead and roll with it. One's as good as the other, and if you sort of get over as a babyface, heck, when you turn, it'll be that much more heat." I'm not surprised by it. He's somebody that when he was here, I will say this, I enjoyed him. I liked him. He's a grown man. I thought he was going to be a perfect fit for the main roster. There were times when we were having difficulty down here when it wasn't always maybe my call on some things that I had to go to bat for some people and really had to make sure that, I impressed on them. Like, my goodness, you don't want to sleep on these people. You don't want to lose these people. Let's keep them around. Trust me on this. I'm very thankful that they did because, again, LA Knight is a guy that is enjoying that right now, and again, I think the WWE Universe is enjoying LA Knight right now. He's somebody that I think he's got a great future. I'm excited for him, and I'm happy for him. Talking about the differences between his and Triple H's view on NXT stars, Michaels noted, "It's challenging for me to answer because we are almost aligned all the time, 99.9% of the time. I don't think there's anything where we are just completely different. There are just times where he's going to be a lot more serious on things. I'm a little bit more levity sometimes. I like a mix of some humor and some entertainment where he's a bit more legitimizing and wanting some seriousness and a bit more old school. So those are, I think, the only areas we will sometimes differentiate. That's why the game was very serious, and the only time he could kind of lighten up is when he was DX with me. I feel like that's the only area, and those are usually just, small times here and there where I'll say maybe let's go for an entertaining laugh, and he'll want to keep it serious. Those are the only areas. But other than that, I don't think we've ever been on two diametrically opposed positions, at least not yet anyway." Speaking about his desire to bring back a classic design for a title, Xavier Woods said this on Superstar Crossover. Specifically, "I want the white leather Intercontinental Championship. I like a story. Me and Seth Rollins are the only ones to beat Roman, up until Jay had pinned him. We don't talk about that, mind you, but that's fine. In my head, I feel like in order to climb that mountain and become world champion one day, I need a US championship run. I need an Intercontinental Championship run. I need to not only prove to everybody, but more importantly, prove to myself that I can stand on my own. I can do this as a solo guy. That doesn't mean that I need to break away from Kofi at all, because what we do is we tell stories as a family thing. A lot of wrestling has stories of jealousy and backstabbery. I want this leather and this metal, so I'm not friends with you anymore. Bro, friendship is the most important thing on this planet to me. That's the only way that we survive. It's how we have societies and communities, and we grow as a human race, So that's how our focus is, telling those stories in wrestling. Hopefully at some point, we have the chance to tell that story through your boy." Bringing up his match on Saturday where he will defend his undisputed title against Jey Uso, Roman Reigns told ESPN's First Take, "This Saturday it's unlike any other match. While my title will be on the line, what makes Tribal Combat so special is that the title of Tribal Chief will be on the line as well. The leadership of our family, the head of the table will be up for grabs. This will define the legacy of our family, our bloodline." Mentioning future plans for himself in the Judgment Day, Dominik Mysterio said on Up NXT, "I think in the next year I'd definitely like to hold on to my NXT North American title for one. I think getting some tag team gold with one of my boys, whether it's Finn or Damian. They're probably going to be a little preoccupied because we've got to take care of Seth first at SummerSlam. I think Finn is going to come out world champion, and if that happens, Damian's still got his briefcase, so he's probably going to go after Roman. So our boys are going to be busy. Worst case, not even worst case, best case, I got Mommy, but Mommy's a world champion. So, I don't know. Judgment Day, we've got a lot on our plates. So within the next year or so, I'm just going to say more gold around the Judgment Day." Speaking about his previous encounter with Gunther for the IC title, Mustafa Ali said this to WWE Deutschland. "I'm very disappointed in the result, losing to Gunther at WWE Night of Champions. Obviously, I thought if there was ever a time to defeat Gunther, it would have been there. A guy with home field advantage, so to speak, and I think it's been a long time since WWE's done that ultimate underdog story. I still have the image of 1-2-3 Kid defeating Razor Ramon on Raw, and just the impact that had. I don't think it would have hurt Gunther at all. I think it would have really helped me. But unfortunately, I fell short. There's a reason why Gunther is the ring general. I did have him. There was like 2 3/4 seconds. The whole world believed for a second it was going to happen. But we live to fight another day, my friend." Talking about the situation backstage in AEW as it relates to the tension between the Elite and CM Punk, former AEW star Fuego del Sol said this on House of Wrestling. "There's a whole thing online where you have to pick a side between CM Punk and the Elite. That's not how it is in the back. You have really close friends of the Elite that are like, hey, I'm with you guys. I'm riding with you guys. There's really close friends of Punk that are going to side with Punk. I haven't revealed this to anybody. CM Punk hurt his foot last year. I hurt my foot in February. Punk messaged me multiple times a week checking on me. Regardless of what anyone wants to say about him, I only go off of interactions that I've had with people, and he checked on me constantly, and I'm forever grateful for that. If I ever had any questions before a show, Punk was always there, especially during his first run. I haven't really been there much since Punk has come back. I don't know how he's been. I'm not going to speak for anyone else's opinion on him. However, I have to turn around and say the Bucks have been phenomenal to me. From day one, they've treated me like a brother, a wrestler, one of the boys. They never treated me like an extra. They never acted like they were above me because they were EVPs. They've checked on me since I've got hurt and since I've got released. I've got messages from both Matt and Nick saying, "We had no clue, we're so sorry, we wish the best for you." I've had great interactions with everyone, more so the Bucks and Punk than Kenny, but Kenny does a lot of stuff with the female division. But anytime I had questions about going to Japan or about my matches, he was incredibly nice. There's a lot of talk and heat about the butting heads at the top, but a lot of our top guys really want the best for the industry. The first match I had with Hook for his debut match, I come to the back after I lose, and Punk immediately comes up to me and says, "Hey, I know you're on the losing end of this, but we're trying to make a star, and you did everything in your power to make that kid tonight, and I appreciate you for that. It's hard for me to hate a guy. I wasn't there in Chicago an all-out night. I don't know what happened, and I refuse to speculate, and I refuse to ask my friends on each side what happened, because that's all about BS in the back. I'm worried about growing the wrestling business, being a better wrestler every day. I think a lot of wrestlers get caught up in BS, and I refuse to in that sense." Noting how an NXT star is not likely to go to Raw or Smackdown in the immediate future, Dave Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio, "Dragunov is a guy who isn't going to the main roster anytime soon. I can see him being a guy who goes to the main roster like Ciampa, but in NXT, the guy can be, like, you can put that guy with anybody and he will carry that person and elevate that person to the greatest match of their lives." After seemingly injuring her knee at a WWE live event last month, Bayley took to social media to show off a photo of her receiving treatment. It was previously said in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that her injury was not too severe and she did not need crutches, as we hope to see her back in action soon. While the doctor stoppage during Rey Mysterio's match against Santos Escobar on Smackdown was initially said to be a part of a storyline, this was noted about Rey's current condition on Wrestling Observer Radio. He's fine now from what I understand. Fine is a relative term. He got his bell rung twice. I don't know if it's a concussion. I don't know if he's taking time off. Nobody has said anything other than I was told he's fine. It would be added regarding that match by Ringside News. According to PW Insider, the initial intention for the match was for Escobar to secure the win through pinfall. So in any case, WWE had planned for Escobar to emerge victorious. Reviewing Matt Riddle's loss to Ludwig Kaiser on Raw last night, Dave Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio, WWE, they've made the decision that they're not pushing him, and there are good reasons. Riddle seems to get in trouble too often, so he's not the guy they're going to build around or anything like that. They still kept him from losing clean to Kaiser, and then when he did, I was like, wow, he's lower than I thought he was. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.